Yes, he's able to go, and it will be a similar range to what we had the other night.
And with Book, has he been able to progress at all past light shooting, or is that still
Increasing his work on the floor with his shooting, the intensity, speed, and intensity of it, but still not ready yet.
in terms of spacing? I know spacing around KD when he gets doubled was something you guys were drilling pretty hard. How did you like the way that looked in the first game with Brad back as well?
Yeah, we made 19 threes. He was a big part of that in the first quarter, knocking down a couple and giving us a big lift there. And he's another guy you have to rotate to, which opens up other guys. So, Bradley Beal gives us a huge lift.
Frank, how would you just assess Grayson so far in this game?
Well, if he can just make 8 threes every game, I'll be very happy with his performances. He was great the other night, and has really been very, very good, consistently good for us. This first stretch of the season on both sides of the ball.
Frank, back to Beal for a sec. Is he moving a little bit freer these days? Can you tell? 'Cause he looked a little stiff the other night, just his first game back.
Yeah, I mean, I just think he doesn't have his legs right now. You know what I mean? He's no matter how much work you do in practice and one-on-one stuff, you really can't simulate the game environment of the NBA. And I think it's really just about getting his legs on there. But I thought he moved pretty well, to be honest with you.
What was your impression seeing the floor for the first time, and how do you adjust to that?
I haven't seen it yet. No, actually, I'm just kidding. I did see it. It's great. It's cool. The NBA does as good a job as any professional sports league out there at marketing their game and coming up ways to make it fun and interesting for our fans. And I'm all in. I like it.
Does that apply to the just general concept of the in-season tournament as well?
Absolutely. I'm excited about it. This is a different juice for it than you typically would have in a November game. It is the Lakers. Obviously LeBron and AD coming in here would always have a big game feel. But and knowing that we got 4 games, to earn a spot in the tournament, and those it just brings an added importance to this game. And I expect it to be a playoff atmosphere out there.
Frank, when you look at Nurkic's performance the other night, was it a byproduct of the way that they were playing him defensively, or him just finally getting a feel for his teammates and just choosing to be more assertive? Yeah,
I think it's all of the above, but I think there was a big factor in how they were playing. They brought 2 to the ball in every pick and roll and pin down all night, and released Nurk into the pocket against smaller defenders. You know what I mean? So, I think it's maybe not realistic to think we're going to get that type of performance against every team that's going to keep their big underneath him. But that's what the Bulls were giving us, and he made them pay for it.
Frank, LeBron was 35 when you first started working with him. Here he is now, 4 years later. What have you made of this sort of extended late prime that he's in, and has it kind of changed your thoughts on possibilities for players just kind of going?
Yeah, well, so 2 questions. What have I thought of it? It's, I expected a decline when I took the job in LA when he was at age 35, knowing just the totality of the deep playoff runs for 10 straight years and all that stuff, and we never saw it, and we still haven't seen it, and it's just completely remarkable. But it's also, when you're around him every day, you understand why. Because of how he takes care of his body and the commitment that he puts in, to stay at this elite level. So it's not surprising. In terms of what that means, does it change my thinking in terms of how others, can do it? Probably some. I think, every time you see a guy like that doing something, it raises the bar for what others can do. So, I think there is some of that.
You've talked about trying different lineups throughout the season. I mean, if you like a guy in a certain spot, you're going to mix things up. How have you liked the look with Kata in there with the starting game?
Yeah, he's been great for us. I think we're going to be a little bit trial and error the first part of our season. Maybe it's going to be every 5-game increments where we look at a different fifth starter. Maybe we find something we like and stick with it. We'll continue to evaluate that. But he's also had some really good matchups. Where it's been where Josh Okogie was our best matchup to chase Steph Curry around. Kata was our best matchup to to be in front of DeMar DeRozan all night. You know what I mean? So there will be an element of these things being matchup based. But I think what he's done on both sides of the ball, in particular the strong performance in Chicago, has been really positive.
He hit that one corner three late in the game. It feels like he's not a guy that's going to get a ton of shots, but he's made the most of what he's had so far.
Yeah, 40% from the three last year. He's really improved as a shooter and someone that we have confidence in early game, late game to knock down open threes.
How do you feel that Drew's mobility around the perimeter and guarding, the pick and rolls and such for a different look to have a guy like Christian Wood who stretches defense with his three-point shooting?
Yeah, Christian really challenges you with his skill set, because he is a really strong roller to the basket as well. He's a strong pick and pop, catch and shoot guy, and can also shot fake you and put it on the floor and beat you off the bounce. So, he's one of the toughest guys in the league to guard. And, our coverages, oftentimes don't require the 5-man to recover back to him. We get into some switching with that type of stuff. So it's a lot of times it's on the guards. But, Drew Eubanks definitely gives us a lift there with his mobility.
Hey, Frank, you crafted a defense a lot around Anthony Davis and just using all the tools that he has. What is it like crafting an offense kind of when he's on the other side of the court, and what are the things that you think are the most important?
Yeah, it's easier crafting a defense with him than crafting the offense against him. That's clear. He's one of the best in the world, one of the best ever, honestly, defensively at the center position, and he creates problems. So we have to be intelligent with how we attack him. Both our players, when they get in the paint, and the decisions that they make, but also as coaches, with how we're going to attack their defense. Because like I said, he's one of the best.
Overall thoughts on facing LA?
I have great memories coaching the Lakers, but tonight I'm worried about the Phoenix Suns getting a W. That's really the only thought on my mind.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Coach.